Today we're doing my top 5 guns of 2024, and that's coming up next year on Jesse Be Outdoors. Welcome back everybody, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a comment down below if you like videos like this. Well, this is my first ever top 5 for a year video, and this is going to be for 2024. I've been very blessed this year. I took on a part-time job which allowed me to buy a couple of guns, and not only that, this is the first year ever I've actually had a few guns sent out to the channel for me to review and do videos on. This list is going to be a mixture of both of those. Some of these guns I bought and some were sent out to the channel. What I'm going to do is we're going to go from 5 down to number 1, and I'm going to tell you what I like about the gun and what I don't like about the gun and why it's on the list. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, starting off with number 5 on the list, we got the Bear Creek Arsenal Grizzly BC-101. What this is the Glock 17 Gen 3 clone, but this thing is packed with a lot of features on it. But like I said, we're going to start with the negatives first. The very first video I did with this, the front sight came off and it had a weird issue. Usually when you get metal sights, they don't Loctite it and then the screw comes out and you lose your front sight. On this one, I had a rear instance where the screw head broke off, and that's what caused the issue on this. Now there's a ton of reviews out there on this gun, and it seems to be that I'm the only one that had this issue. So it's not like a very popular issue with this gun, so I'm not really going to hold that against Bear Creek Arsenal. Now they did send the sights out to me. They actually said to send us sights, but I only changed the front one and I did put blue Loctite on it. Now the other negative about the gun that I don't like this hump here on the grip. They should have just made that straight down and smooth. That would have made it so much better. Now, what do I like about this gun? There's a lot to like. Oh, let's go back to one more negative. These luminescent sights, all these guns have been safety checked beforehand. There's no magazines in them, nothing in the chamber. The luminescent sights on these, I absolutely hate these. To me, they're worthless. They need to go to like a fiber optic or a night sight on the front of this with a blacked out rear, and that would make the sights perfect. That's the only other negative I have about this gun. Now, what do I like about this gun? Let's start on the bottom first. Look at that flared magwell right from the factory. That is made into the frame. That is very nice for funneling up the magazines on this. I really like that. Now, the next thing I really like, which I thought was going to be a gimmick, is this bear fur texture. It's on the front strap. It's on the back strap. Can't really see it there from the lighting. We'll go like this. All that bear fur on there actually gives you a really good grip on this. I was actually shocked by it. I thought it was going to be a gimmick, but I really like it. Now moving up a little bit higher, the next thing I really like about this, they went with the Gen 4, Gen 5 mag release. I absolutely love this being a lefty because I always hit it with my trigger finger to drop the magazine, and the Gen 4 and Gen 5s are a lot easier for me to hit the button, and I really like that. So glad they went to that on this gun. Now moving up a little bit higher. This does have the Picatinny rail on the front instead of the one single Glock groove. Like that, makes it easier to put stuff on that. Absolutely love that. Going to the slide. The slide's like nothing real special. It's got, side window, top window. You can put a ported barrel in this and everything. Nothing special. Really like it. Works real good. Very nice looking slide. Nothing negative or real woo about it. It is RMR cut. There will be a dot on this sooner or later. Now the next thing I want to talk about is the barrel here. This is just a polished barrel. And I'm not the greatest shooter in the world, but this barrel has been pretty accurate. So all in all, for number 5, Bear Creek Arsenal BC-101, give it a thumbs up, and it's number 5. Now number 4 on the list, we got the Anderson Kiger 9C Pro. I absolutely love this gun. This gun was actually the first gun that was ever sent out to me for the channel. And yes, there is a negative on it, and we're going to go over that. This is the other gun that I had sent to me that the front sight fell off of while out doing videos. This one was a blue Loctite one. They didn't Loctite it from the factory. It fell off when I was doing the video, I think on the optic, and that ended up coming off. Once again, Anderson was great. I got a hold of the guy there. He sent out a brand new set of sights, just like the Bear Creek Arsenal, but I just put the front one on, put blue Loctite on it. This thing has been set. Now, the thing I love about this, and if you follow the channel, I do a lot of SET frame projects. In YouTube, these are serialized frames. I absolutely love these frames, and that's what this is here. So, starting off with the frame, this is very nice. Love the texture, love the grip, undercuts on it. Everything I love about SET. Now, when you get the Kiger 9C Pro, it comes with an extended magazine release. And this I actually changed out because I'm left-handed, and I went back to a factory one because I was actually hitting it, the extended one, while I was shooting and dropping the magazine out. Really didn't like that about it. Now, another thing I really like about the SET frames is right here. They have texture and a ledge for your thumb, and that helps with recoil. Keeping the gun down, getting it back down when you're firing with recoil. Absolutely love that. Moving up to the slide here. Now, the one thing I really like that it comes from the factory with the extended slide release. Even though I'm left-handed, I always hit this with my trigger finger to drop the slide. And when it has the extended release like that, I can do that better. Really like that about it. Now, moving up to the slide, it's got some cool side windows in it. We can put a ported barrel in here. And I actually have an Anderson ported barrel we're going to try out. Probably won't get to it till the beginning of the year. But we're going to end up shooting this with a ported barrel to see how that is. What else do I like about this? The barrel. You get the fluted barrel in with this. Very nice setup on here. And that's why one reason this costs a little bit more money is because you do get a lot more with it than, like, say, the Bear Creek Arsenal, which was number 5. With this, you get the extended mag release, slide release. You get the fluted barrel, which is an upgrade. Suppressor height sights. Love shooting this thing. I went over the issues I've had with it, but the Glock 19 size guns are my favorite kind of guns to shoot. Absolutely love this gun, and that's why it's number 4 on my list. Number 3 on my list that I picked up this year, this one I bought. This is a SIG P322. I was looking to replace my Taurus TX22 I used to have. My brother ended up conning me out of that one, so I needed a 22 to replace it. I wanted the new Toro version of it, but nobody in my area carries it except for in the compact. I wanted the full size. So there, I got tired of waiting on Taurus, so I went with the SIG. Now, let's go with the negatives about this. The biggest negative I have about this gun is the magazines. If you don't load the magazines right, you will cause jams in this. You do got to watch how you load the magazines. But the positive of the magazines are they are 20 rounds. So you get a lot of 22s to shoot in this. As you can see, I got this set up kind of crazy. We got a tandem cross comp on the front. We got a red dot on it. Absolutely love shooting this thing. The reason why this is number 3 on my list is this brings a lot of smile an hour, what I'm going to call it, to my boy and I when we're out shooting. Every time we can go out with a bulk box of 22, we usually shoot the whole thing through this because it's that much fun. The grip is very nice on it. Love the texture on the front and rear of it. The trigger is pretty cool on this. It comes with a flat face, but it also comes with a curve, and it's very easy to change. I love the flat face, so I left that on there. The other thing I really like about it, I don't really care for safeties on guns, but this safety is ambi. And the slide release is also ambi on that. And being left-handed, I really love that about this gun. Moving up on top, I love green dots and green fiber optics. This comes with a green fiber optic up front. Absolutely love that. Now, you do lose the rear sight when you put on the red dot. But the dot I put on it actually has the rear sight. And this still lines up perfect with the green fiber optic. That if I do have a problem with the dot, I could still line up that green fiber optic. And like I said, the reason why this is number 3 on the list is the smiles per hour. Because, man, this brings a lot of smiles to my boy and I when we take it out to the range. Now, number 2 on my list is probably one of my most expensive guns. Actually, my 2 most expensive guns are both Ruger revolvers. Number 2 here, we have the Ruger Red Hawk in 44 mag with a 7.5-inch barrel. Let's go over the negatives on this real quick. Just like every gun, we got negatives. The first negative is, ouch, ammo is expensive. I'm so glad I could reload to feed this thing. The reason why I like reloading is even though I have a limited income and a part-time job that I use buy stuff for the channel is I can afford to go buy some primers here. I can afford to go buy some bullets there. And then maybe in the next check get some powder. And that's the only reason why I own this thing. Is because if I had to buy just 44 Magnum rounds, I would not be shooting this. Other negative, the wood grips look great on this, but they hurt when you shoot 44 Magnum. I put these Hogue grips on there, and I don't like these either. I can't stand the finger grooves. It does tame down the recoil when you fire it, but I hate these grips. I want to find something that has a smooth, no finger groove on it. I think somebody said Packmeyer might make them. I might look into that. But truthfully, those are the only two negatives I have on this gun. When I want to knock the snot out of something is when I get this gun out. Love shooting 44 Magnum on it. Just recently, I did a 44 special video with it. Shooting 44 special in this tank is like shooting a 22 through it. The one thing I love about Ruger double action revolvers, I also have a GP100, which is basically a smaller version of this gun, in 357 Magnum. I'm going to double check this to make sure we're clear because I'm going to pull the trigger again. The double action on these are so nice and smooth, and you can actually stage that trigger for it. I actually like shooting this in my GP100 in double action more than single action, but you pull this back into single action, and man, nice, light, crisp, love it. One thing I like about this one, it came with the orange on the front sight, and it's got an adjustable rear sight. But like I said, this thing is a tank, and when you shoot 44 special through it, it's like shooting 22. But when you want to knock the crap out of something, you go with a 44 Magnum, and that's why this is number 2 on the list. And now for number 1 of my top 5 for 2024 is the Bear Creek Arsenal Bufferless BC9. This goes back to smiles per hour, man. My boy and I, every time we take this out to the range, we go out there and we dump a ton of rounds through this and we have a blast with this. Right now, this and the SIG P322 are like the go-tos for my boy and I when we go out to the range to have fun. Absolutely love this thing. Let's go for the negatives. First negative is the grip. It comes with a stock A2 grip. Swap that out, put my favorite Magpul one on here, the rubberized one. Really like that. Negative number 2. It don't come with any magazines. Now what I don't get is number 5 was the BCA Glock 17. That clone comes with 2 17-round KCI magazines. I don't see why they couldn't give you at least one of those KCI magazines with this. KCI magazines aren't the greatest magazines, but for range use, they're awesome. And I think they should at least include in the price of this at least one magazine. Other negative, which is also positive, is the side charger here. Being left-handed, I love that. For me to come over here, absolutely love it. What I don't like about it is if you're on the field and you need to field strip this and you don't have the Allen key to take that off, you're kind of screwed. Some people I've actually seen when you got the grip like this where you can store stuff in it, people actually put an Allen wrench in here just for that reason, that if they have to take it down. Now the other thing is, because this is a bufferless system in this, it's got a huge bolt carrier in this, and that's a lot of weight coming back. And this does have a little bit more recoil than most AR9s because of that. Now when you're shooting it without the brace, I've demonstrated that right off the bat in my first video. I tried to shoot it like this, and I was getting failures because I was basically limp wristing it. As soon as I grabbed it like this or like this and fired it, it was fine. The next video, we got this SB Tactical folding brace on there, put that on there, and that made this thing so much fun. I really like that it don't have the tube on it because it's a bufferless system. The only downside, like I said, is the recoil on it. It does come with the pick rail on the back to put stuff on, accessories like this on it. Sighting guns, that's weird because guns in this price range, some will come with flip-up sights, some don't, some do. That can be a downside. But the reason why this is number 1 is because, like I said, smiles per hour with my boy and I when we go out to the range. Absolutely love this thing. So that's going to wrap up my favorite top 5 guns here of 2024. Like I said, a couple were sent to the channel. A couple of them I bought. And the future for 2025 is looking very promising. I have somebody local to me that's going to loan me some guns to do reviews on. Hopefully I can do some more work with Bear Creek Arsenal and Anderson Manufacturing. So as always, don't forget to check the links out down below. Down there I have links to Axel Hearing Protection, Gators Eyewear, and a bunch of other companies I like dealing with. Some of them got discount codes to save you guys money. Others are affiliate accounts that do help out the channel. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Leave a comment down below. We are one nation under God, and I'll see you all on the next one.